Everyone, welcome to the new Student Org workshop. Before we begin, I'd like to share the mission statement of student organizations with you all. So our goal is to empower students to create inclusive communities that embrace learning and civic engagement to be active members of global society. This is a brief overview of all our student life and leadership staff. There are many different components that make up student life and leadership, and these are the faces that do some of the great work. So just wanted to make sure their faces were there. My name is Christina Cruz. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I am the Student Organization Graduate Assistant. So today we will be covering registration components, the Titan Link form, LeadCon, Titan Link Solid Path, Discoverfest, and other important dates. The registration process consists of three different steps. The first step is the registration form, which will open Friday, November 1st, and will close on Saturday, November 30th. The second piece is officer qualifications. I will go over this more in detail in the next slide. And lastly, the third step to be a recognized student organization is to attend LeadCon, which is set to occur on Wednesday, January 20th and Thursday, January 21st. The officer qualifications and training. So here are some things you need to know about anyone who will be an officer for your student organization. They must be an enrolled student. They must maintain a minimum of a 2.0 GPA. They must be in good standing and must not be on academic, disciplinary, or administrative probation. They must have at least 6 units that they are enrolled in per term. And for graduate students, this is 3 units. Undergraduate students are allowed to earn a maximum of 150 semester units or 125% of the units required. Graduate and credential students are allowed to earn a maximum of 50 units or 167% of the units required for the graduate or credential objective, whichever is greater. Presidents and treasurers are required to complete an online training on Canvas. This online training can be started now. So if you have your president and treasurer, they can begin this before the form even opens. This training is linked within this news article that explains all about starting a new org. So to access the registration form, first things first is only the president should be completing the form. If anyone besides the president completes this form, we will ask you to resubmit the form. So to find this form on November 1st through November 30th, you will log into Titan Link. You will select organizations, register an organization, find your group, and then from there you'll be given the option to start a new registration and create your org. The registration form consists of 7 different components. You'll see the instructions, the organization profile. You'll be asked for an organization profile picture, your organization interest, organization categories, your organization roster, and lastly, different questions and agreement statements. Your Titan Link profile will be public, so we ask that you do not disclose your personal email, phone number, or address, your home address. You can be contacted directly through Titan Link, so that is an option. You can also list your student org email, but please do not include any personal information. Your interest and categories. So for your interest, internal users can select their interest on Titan Link, and then Titan Link can match these users with interests that match. And when you select your categories, know that all users can search for organizations by category. So these 2 pieces are really important to help others find you. So make sure when you're selecting your interests and categories, you really do select ones that apply to your organization. Your constitution is really important. This will be needed when you are filling out your registration form. So there is a sample constitution, and I'll make sure to have that linked in the news article, but here's the tiny URL if that's a little easier. When looking at this, you'll notice there's a bunch of, it's really lengthy, but what we do ask is that all items in bold are included in your constitution. So there is portions where you will need to change information, but what's in bold stays the same. For sports clubs and fraternities or sororities, the Article 2, there's alternate sections, Section 2 and 3, for them to use. And lastly, if you're going to make any amendments to the Constitution, you would follow the process outlined within your Constitution. So before we move on, I'm actually going to revisit the registration form because I did want to be sure to talk about some other key stuff. So advisor contact info, you do need your advisor when you're registering. So if you don't have one yet, ask your professors, ask a mentor. They just need to be full-time working at Cal State Fullerton. They can't be in auxiliary services, but anywhere else should be fine. And then you must have at least 5 students on your roster when registering. So please know you need at least 5 members to have your organization. So LeadCon is our student organization leadership conference. It will be held virtually through Zoom. It is set to happen on Wednesday, January 20th and Thursday, January 21st. We recommend to have your president and treasurer participate, but any member is more than welcome to attend. You are only required to send at least one member. We will need one member present to receive credit for your organization. There will be different topics included, and the schedule is still in the works of being made. But in the past, there's been event planning workshops, leadership workshops, how to run effective meetings. So that's essentially what LeadCon is. Discover Fest is an event. It's usually a big recruitment event and an opportunity for a lot of students to get to see and know what different organizations exist at CSUF. This is a lot different in person, but because we are virtual, this also is adapted to be virtual. It is set to occur on the second week of spring semester. Only registered student organizations can participate, so you all, by going through and completing the process, would be able to participate in Discover Fest. Again, this is a great time for students to be able to see what organizations exist and for you all to recruit and find members. So presidents will be invited to join the virtual Discover Fest upon completing the registration. And then there are virtual Discover Fest from last semester. There's articles that kind of explain what it was, but essentially it will be a time where there's a specific event time. Students will log into Titan Link and they can categorize different organizations and they can find you through that way and they can visit you, which would be a Zoom room connected to the Zoom room would be like how you table. More will come about Virtual Discover Fest soon, but just want you all to have this on your radar. It's a really great event and a great opportunity to meet people. Okay, so path for presidents. This is available on Titan Link, and this is a tool for you all, essentially, and there's different questions and things you can look at to make sure that your organization will be successful. So you'll be asked about like the individual success, your organization success, and community success. This is great because there's a centralized location to manage your student organization in one place. You can see where you have enhanced your skills, and ultimately you can use this to help you like write your resume, or when it's time to apply for Tuffy Awards, you have something to reference. And Titan Link Path will be considered when identifying the student org of the year. So you all being new orgs, I highly recommend you to use it. So when it does come down to Tuffy Awards, you all have a working, something that's in the works that we can use and you all can use for yourselves. So some important dates to know. Again, the new organization registration will officially open November 1st and will close on November 30th. There will be a collab on November 12th where we talk about foundations of student orgs, and I highly recommend you all attend. as it'll be really useful as you really begin to build your organization. There are drop-in hours. A couple have already passed, but we do have a couple more on Thursday, November 5th, Tuesday, November 17th, and Thursday, November 30th. This will be from 3:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. I will be there to answer any questions you all have, so you're able to join at any time. The Zoom information can be found on different events, but it's also in this news article at the bottom where drop-in hours are listed, so it is the Zoom information. Again, to find a link for CoLab, you'll look for the CoLab event, and there is a link there included as well. CoLab, once again, is November 12th from 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. LeadCon, just save the date, Wednesday, January 20th and Thursday, January 21st. More details will come soon. And lastly, second week of semester, there will be a virtual Discover Fest. And again, a great opportunity for you all to attend and showcase your wonderful and amazing organizations. Thank you. If you have any questions, feel free to stop in at drop-in hours or email me directly. I am more than happy to help you all and support you through this process.